The government has authorized the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to issue entry visas for certain groups who have registered through the QR code or known as Vaccine ID on the website laogreenpass.gov.la without having to request approval from the COVID-19 task force.
1. เห็นดีอนุญาตให้กระทรวงการต่างประเทศออกวีซ่าให้บรรดากลุ่มเป้าหมายที่
Deputy Head of the National Task Force for COVID-19 Prevention and Control, Mrs. Tipakon Chantavongsa, launched an online visa application portal to ease entry procedures for foreign nationals and Lao nationals living overseas. The new ruling was introduced on March 1st when updating COVID-19 measures that come into effect on Wednesday. The new ruling applies to foreign diplomats, employees of foreign embassies, international organizations, business people, and investors, as well as foreign experts, technicians, workers, traders, students, overseas Lao, and family members of Lao nationals.
นักการทูตและพนักงานสถานทูตต่างประเทศ
Virus control measures are being eased in light of the declining number of community outbreaks across the country, according to Mrs. Tipakon, who is also Deputy Minister to the Prime Minister's office. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs will be entrusted to work with the relevant sectors to finalize the details of procedures needed to facilitate the entry and exit application process.
เมื่อมาถึงสปป.ลาวต้องได้เก็บตัวอย่างเพื่อกวดหาเชื้อพยาธิโควิด -19 ด้วยเครื่องกวด RT-PCR.
Mrs. Tipakon also said new arrivals will no longer have to wear a wrist tracking device. However, the 48-hour quarantine requirements remains in force while new arrivals await the results of RT-PCR COVID-19 tests. People whose tests are negative must then spend another 7 days in quarantine at home. However, diplomats, employees of foreign embassies, and international organizations and their family members may quarantine at home for 48 hours while awaiting the test results. Those whose tests are negative may return to work only during the first 7 days. This rule also applies to foreign experts, technicians, and workers. Business people and investors may go to work once their tests prove they are not infected. Similarly, foreign tourists entering Laos on package tours arranged through the Green Safe Travel program may begin their travels once they test negative. The cost of COVID-19 tests and quarantine will be borne by the individuals involved. The government have also authorized Ministry of Public Works and Transport to consider granting permission for airplanes to fly in and out of the country without having to seek permission from the COVID-19 task force.
ขอให้ทุกคนมีความรับผิดชอบในการป้องกันตนเองและครอบครัวตลอดฮอดสูงสุด
Mrs. Tipakon said authorities will continue to keep track of and assess the situation and revise COVID control measures accordingly.
น่าเฉพาะกิจวางออกอย่างเข้มงวด